Hello guys, and welcome to this weekly market overview. It's Pierre here again from PAFX. Welcome everyone. Hello to you. Hello to all of you. Hi Trang, you woke up, man. Nice. Or let me see, what time is it? Yeah, it's not too late in Australia. Just midnight, so you're doing good. Hello, Chris. Hello, everyone. I don't think I need to mention all of you. I'm happy to see you here, guys. Welcome to all the newcomers. If you are new here, please let me know where you're from and where you're from. You're watching. It's always good to see new faces here. And it looks like yeah, we have about 16 viewers so far, so we maybe can get started. A couple of things, guys, we're gonna do before we start is of course the disclaimer, and then we will get started. Yeah. While you're here, if you do really like these videos and those sessions, please do hit the like button and show that you appreciate it. Would be very glad to see many likes on the videos. And yeah, here is the disclaimer, guys. Please read it carefully, and you can pause the video and read it to understand that the risk involves when in trading, and that all the trade idea I'm giving out is only the way I see the market and should not be considered as a signal in any way. Yeah. So, is picture and sound okay, guys? Just one more thing. I'm still getting a lot of questions about my course. I will just clarify one thing. My course is fully booked now, and the first session will start today. So this batch I can take more students, and the next opportunity or the next batch will start in November, and you are welcome to apply if you're interested, and those who apply already can join my chat room and get all the updates that I daily use send to my students. So that's it. Jorge, you have to read the disclaimer, man. Yeah, that was all. So let's get started. Yeah. So what's happened with Dixie, guys, so far? You know that we've been talking about this very important level for a while now, and last week we got our first rejection at this level here. Yeah, it was a clear rejection from this area here, but then the Dixie got rejected one more time from this level, and the Friday was another rejection up. So still some sideways, can be considered as sideways so far, and the major trend is still not broken. We're still in a downtrend. For me to change my total bias on the dollar, it have to break this level here and continue higher. As for now, we're still in a bearish trend, but there is some signals of possible reversal, or at least higher correction from now. Yeah. Bulls was defending at this level, but bears did defend this level up here. Yeah. If we go down to the 4-hour, you see that we did a great move to the upside, correction down, this big rejection on the NFB, even though the numbers was pretty bad for the USD, but we still got this rejection from this level, and we could consider this as a possible correction. Yeah. So just by looking at this reaction here, it is strong rejection from this level, and we should take that in consideration. So for next week, we want to see the Dixie making another higher high here, breaking this high. We now have a higher low. We did have that in the past if you look at those here, but we never broke this very important area here, yeah. And yeah, I still want to see the break of this structure here where we have the monthly R12 at that same level. That would be a clear trend changer if we do break this level, yeah. As for now, if we see something like this, you can probably try to buy it up, or if we get another retest of this structure, to look for possible bullish evidence at this level. As far as we are trading above this level here, we can still try to buy it. If this area here got the structure here got broken, as you know, as I said that many times in the past, this will lead to a even longer term downtrend on the dollar, yeah. So yeah, the summer is over, and the sideways trading is possibly now over, and we may see some movement in the market this month, September, when everyone is back. Yeah, exactly, and we have lots of news going on, especially with the test of that nuclear bomb in North Korea. So yeah, guys, you should and need to keep an eye on the headlines. We may have a headline trading week ahead of us. Gold. So very bullish still, and of course with such condition in the market, we could see gold keep getting stronger. And looking at the weekly, you see how strong last week was. We did now break a very important level, structure level here, and it looks like gold can keep heading up to retest these highs here. This major trend is still bullish, and on the daily, you see we've been talking. I did publish some idea about why not to trade those pin bar alone and wait for confirmation, yeah. So many people was stuck in this short here on this pin bar, and above this pin bar there was a lots of stop losses that got triggered on this candle, and now we do have the same scenario here, that surely lots of short stop loss here, those who went short on this wick here, yeah. As for now, nothing else than bullish on this. It looks like the bulls are very strong, and we should not be looking for something else than try to follow, keep following this trend, yeah. Of course, a little bit of correction would be very good to try to long something like this. You want to see a little bit of correction to the downside, and try to follow this trend. As far as we are trading above this trend line and above this structure, we should only looking for long opportunity on gold so far, yeah. I don't think there is any other reason to not do that. We go down to the 4 hour, and we do have the same structure, yeah. I can see that we have some rejection and some wicks from the upside, but looking on the bigger picture, this still looks very bullish. So if we do have a correction back down to the monthly pivot next week, we may can try and take another bounce to the upside from this level here, or from this area down here. Yeah, that could be a good area to find an entry reason or bullish evidence on gold. Oil, after coiling here for a long time, up and down, we got a very good move to the downside, and looks like we did find support at this structure level here, and it was a level that we were looking at. If we look at the weekly on oil, you see that all the wicks are coming now from the downside. All the try to push the oil down was defended by the bulls, and last week was the same scenario. Yeah, so it looks like there is some bullish movement at this structure here, defending. Thursday was a clear bullish engulfing day, and Friday didn't really follow up, but still it was a bullish candle. And for next week, you see the area is or the range is clear. Where the oil is testing now, if it give you another test back down, then you try to long from here. Or if we're gonna now break this structure here, something like this on lower time frame, of course, for a possible push to this structure, or possibly higher. Yeah, those are the scenarios I'm looking at. If we go down to the 4 hour, you see that we have this lower range down here, and this upper range that you can trade for next week. And we do have some possible pattern, actually, possible inverted head and shoulder here, as you see. We still want to see the break, and a clear break and retest of this neckline for more confirmation, something like this. So yeah, if we do enter the upper box, then there is a possibility that we do a test of at least these levels here, or even higher, or even a retest of the trend line. As for now, you want to look for evidence at the level where oil is testing right now. Welcome, hi Huzaifa. So Forex, we start with Aussie Jappy, yes. And last week we had the major movement on this pair, looking at this daily candle here, how we did a retest from the top to the bottom of the range. Yeah, and then we got some rejection, but never got continuations, and it looks like now we broke to the upper side. We're making a higher high above this structure here, and there is a possibility that this pair may go for a test for the highs one more time. The areas to look at is, of course, if we're gonna get a correction lower to the monthly pivot maybe, and to find bullish evidence at this level for continuation. On lower time frame, if we go down to the 4 hour, you see that we now clearly break all these levels here. And yeah, if next week we get some correction back down to at least the neckline, or back to this monthly pivot, then there is a possibility, if you find any bullish evidence here, for a possible continuation higher. Yeah. Aussie New Zealand was performing very well last week, guys. It was a very strong week and bullish week, as you see here, and now we are starting to reach an important supply level and an important resistance level, where we have both the monthly R1 and a little bit higher the monthly R2. I will be looking at first for this area here between the both pivots for possible rejection, or at least the area where I may see some correction down if we reach this level first next week. So if we go down to the daily, you see that entering here is very late now, so depends on how the week start. Of course, if we get a correction down, then we may start looking for evidence, bullish evidence at this structure here and this structure here at that same level. We do also have the monthly pivot, and try to find bullish evidence for a possible bounce and trend continuation. Yeah, that would be a good level to look at. Or if this thing keep making this parabolic move to the upside, then of course we will be looking at this structure here. Up here we have the monthly R1 pivot also at near that same level. Start looking here for a possible bounce back down, because looking left, you see that this level has been acting as very strong resistant level, and may do that one more time now. Yeah, a bounce from that level does not mean a total change of the trend, but usually we do have that may give this pair a reason to correct a little back down from that structure. Yeah. Aussie USD been stuck at this level for a while, as you see here. Very choppy, and yeah, we've been talking about this in my room a lot, that we're gonna keep buying this level here, because it looks like a very strong support and been acting as very strong support the last couple of weeks. So yeah, as you see, as far as we are trading above this monthly S1 here, we're gonna keep trying to go long from this level here, and with a target to reach at least these highs or the monthly R1 up here. Yeah. If we go down to the 4 hour, you can see it more clear. You see we have this box we are working with. So it's been a good box play, and I will recommend that you keep doing the buys from this level here if you get the opportunities. The level is a good support, and we as far as we are trading above it, we can keep trying and go long from this level here. Yeah. CAD Chief, very good performer also last week. And if we look at the weekly, guys, you see that where the price is testing right now is a major support level and game changer for long term for this pair. Because what I see that if we're gonna break all these highs here, that we may have a very good move to the upside. The only thing about it is those wicks here gonna surely also later on act as resistant, but on lower time frame that may give you a good trade to the upside. Look how the price is keep hovering at these highs up here. Yeah, so there is, looks like there is a lot of pressure from the downside to try to break this level. So for next week you're gonna watch this area at the opening and see what will happen at this level. As for now, we did break this neckline here. We never broke these highs up here. We are at the monthly R1, so there is a possibility that we may see a bounce back down for at least a correction lower. Yeah, I will be looking for a lower correction to the neckline, or even better if we got that correction to the monthly pivot at this level, to try to find an entry long in anticipation that we may now break these highs. Yeah, that's gonna be my plan for this pair. Once again, if we look at the daily, that's what make me very interested. Is it's a very important structure level. Yeah, we had a break here, but then it went all the way back down, and now we have another try. So if this go this time, we're gonna surely be testing these levels up here. Yeah, so very important levels to look at for CAD Chief next week. CAD Jappy, let's take a look on the weekly on this one too. So looking at the weekly, guys, you see that the last 3 weeks was good, moved to the upside, and now we are back for another retest of this structure up here. Yeah, so this area here, so where the pair is testing right now is a good level already, where we also have the monthly R1. So I am expecting some rejection at this level here, where we do have this structure also, and there is a possibility that we may get a short-term trade back down on this pair from this area. Yeah, looking at the RSI, it looks like we may gonna have some divergence, because already the price is already near the highs, and looking at the RSI, you see that we do have already some divergence, and that may be gonna be a reason for a possible bounce to the downside. If we got that bounce back down here, then I will be looking, when we retest the structure up here, for a possible bounce back up. Yeah, very interesting level. Looking left also, you see that it has been a very good structure where there is lots of support and resistance, and if this got broken next week, then we have a possibility that we may test the highs up here. So yeah, me trading this one gonna be on the pullbacks, and try to find an entry reason long in anticipation that we may break these highs next week, hopefully. Swiss Jappy did reach a very important resistant level, as you see, guys. This is old support and resistance level. It has been acting at good resistance many times in the past. It is also the yearly R2 pivots, and yeah, last week we had rejection at this level, and Friday we had bearish engulfing candle coming from this level too. So there is a possibility that we may see at least a retest of these lows on this pair next week. If we go down to the 4-hour, you see that the lows, sorry, we had this high, and then we never been able to make a new high, and we broke these lows here now. So Another retest of this structure here would be good to try to find an entry reason short, and looking for at least a retest of this neckline or even lower on this pair. If you don't get the correction higher and this keep going down from this, like doing like this, then you probably want to look for bearish flags on the lower time frame for more down, yeah, and try to trade those flags. As far as we are trading below the yearly level here, you can try to keep shorting this level here until we break above this one and make another move up, as we did here in this area here, yeah. Euro Aussie, we did call this in the room. It was a great performer also. And looking at this one on the weekly, you see also at it is a good level, and at that same level we do have this major trend line coming at that same area. And on the daily, when I did this call, was on the 4 hour, when we had this bearish engulfing candle at this important area, yeah. And it went very good, did a retest a couple of times. We got a couple of another 2 chances to enter this one, and kept going lower. Now the RSI is around the extremes, and it may continue some more, but I think that we may see some bounce at this level here around the monthly S1 and this structure here, yeah. So there is a possibility that this may give us another comes like something like this and do another bounce up. So for me it is a little bit late now. If you are holding this short, then you'll be looking for a target at this structure down here. If you want to try another short, then you want to wait for a possible bounce back up. If you don't get the bounce and this break, then you have to go down to the 4 hour. You want to see a break of this structure and retest for more down, yeah. This is a very, very important structure here that need to be broken. This one is not enough. We want to see a break below this one, below the monthly S1, a retest, bearish evidence at this level here, somewhere in this area for continuation. But first thing first, look at this level for a possible bounce back up from this structure here. EuroCAD, you see guys, the structure never lies. We had those levels marked since before. I have these levels for a long time now. It was a clear shooting star formation here, and the confirmation came Thursday, and Friday was the follow-up. We now broke below these lows here and reached this minor or inner trend line. And looking at it right now at this momentum, it looks like we may break this monthly S1 here and do a retest of these lows here, yeah. But it is important level even here where the price is testing right now, and we may see a possible bounce. Where the price is testing right now is where you want to look at next week on lower time frames. If you see a break of this trend line and maybe a flag or a retest, then you can keep selling. But look at the 4-hour, how strong these moves have been. The RSI is on the extreme already, so I wouldn't recommend anyone to jump at this trade so late. So you see this structure gonna probably act as support, and for next week, if we do get a retest or a correction higher here, that would be a good level to try to short this one from a higher level, to try to short it in anticipation that we may break the trend line for now. But as for now, the price is at the monthly S1, and that used to be a good support level. We do have this trend line that may act also as support, so be careful entering when the price did move so much. Wait for correction higher if you want to short it. Euro sterling finally is showing some down momentum. We've been waiting for a long time, especially when the price were in this supply level here, as you see. We did pass this level, got a clear shooting star formation here. I never shorted because I want to see more, even though I do like those formation. This shooting star formation here was great actually, and usually it is a good signal. But since we did pass this resistance or supply level and never had this happened in this area, I would be more sure for that. We did break this trend line now, and it looks like the bears are having good momentum. So for next week is, of course, now the move have been done, and the RSI also near the extremes, and the price did reach the monthly pivot that we may have some bounce back up. So look for, if you want to short this, you want to look for a retest of this trend line or a correction higher, and look for bearish evidence somewhere in this area for a short trade, because you want to be more safe and not trade this late. And let's not forget that this trend is still actually still a bullish trend, yeah. So don't take weak signals, and don't have very long take profit if you want to short. It is a counter trend trade, yeah. So be careful about that, because this could actually do some correction down and keep going higher. This could do something like this and keep going higher. Nothing says that could not happen. And looking left, we did break these highs. There is all the possibility that this may keep going up, but I'm looking at this signal, at these bearish candles with that momentum. That could be a possibility for a counter trend trade on this one. But don't get me wrong, this trend is still to the upside, and if the price comes back down to this structure here and show bullish evidence, there is a possibility that we may get another bounce to the upside. No, we didn't do Euro USD. That we're coming to that. Euro JPY. So we never close above these highs here, as you see, which make it a little bit more interesting now, because I was thinking that we may see some retest of these highs up here, yeah, around the monthly R1. This got rejected already, and it looks like rounding nicely down. So there is a possibility that this keep going back down to the bottom of the box, or at least to this monthly pivot next week. So I will be looking next week how if the price reach this area here where we have the monthly pivot and this neckline, to see if this is only a correction down. Oops, let me take this off. If this only a correction down for a continuation, or if it's gonna keep going down, yeah. So keep an eye on the monthly pivot on lower time frame next week, maybe on the 1 hour or so, to see if you're gonna find something like this, any entry reason for a possible bounce back up, or if it's gonna break. And if that break, we gonna surely test next level, that would be the monthly S1 or the bottom of this box, yeah. As for now, this could be a correction only. This could be a bullish flag that may do something like this, yeah. So yeah, make your channels and follow them, see if this channel here, how long it will hold. Keep channeling down, something like this, and break, or if we're gonna break the monthly pivot and continue lower. Euro USD. Been very tricky, and especially Friday when everyone was asking what the heck is going on, why it is acting like this when we do have so much bad numbers from the USA. And that make it a little bit actually more interesting, because even though that the NFP numbers was very bad numbers, still the USD was strong. So what if we start getting good number from USD? This should be moving much faster to the low side. As for now, the structure is still a bullish structure, even though we have some bearish signals here with this shooting star and the possible continuation lower. The pair did test the yearly R2, which is high level. The R2 are very strong, and they usually not get tested so many times. So we did almost a test of the yearly R2 now, and we have some signal for that the bears having some strengths with this move here, yeah. But we still in a bullish trend, and where the euro is testing right now, it is an important level and a good structure level that we may watch for a possible bounce, yeah. And I'm talking about this box, or this trading range that we had last week. So there is a possibility that where the price is testing right now around the monthly pivot, that we may see a bounce higher now for a retest of this high. That would be another good level to try to short this from. Or if we're gonna see a retest of the bottom of the of this box and the monthly S1, then you can start looking for bullish evidence to try to long it back up to the monthly pivot. Those are the levels that I'm gonna be looking at, up here or down here. As far as we are trading above the monthly S1, I still see the Euro USD as in a bullish trend, nothing has changed yet. For this uptrend to change, in my opinion, I want to see a break of this area here, the 1.17 level, for a possible continuation down. Anything else, the pair is still in a bullish structure, and I will not go short in this area now when we have a bigger range. So looking at this range now, if you short here, you are in the middle of the range. So for me, if I want to short this pair, I want to see a retest of these high bearish evidence at this level, then I try to short it. Or if it tests back down here, as I said, I want to be looking for bullish evidence for another for a possible another bounce up until it breaks the 1.17 area down here. Then I would be start looking for longer term bearish moves. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Sterling Aussie, yep, this move taking too much long time to happen now. I'm still waiting for this AB equals CD to complete, guys, and yeah, we're getting that, but it's going very slowly right now. As you see, we had this very strong move, then this flag got broken, then we had a little bit shorter move, and now waiting for the break of this flag and a completion of the ABCD level around the monthly S1 would be great area down here for this one to start to reverse higher. So I'm still bearish on this one until we reach these levels down here. And looking left here, you see why. It is a very important structure down here that we may have some reversal at this level. And with this reversal pattern, the AB equals CD, usually good reversal signals. And we do have the monthly S1 here. A little bit below that, we have also the monthly S2. So if you are holding a short, this area down here should be your take profit area, and I will be start looking for bullish evidence down here to try to ride this back up higher. Yeah, nothing new, still waiting for the same pattern to complete. Sterling CAD, as I said, and as I published in over the Telegram, we had this area here at the shorting area. The bad thing about it that we got spiked out, as you see, because my idea was that this pair gonna reach to this level and start going down, which it did, but before it moved down, we got spiked out here with this U-turn up here, and the pair start moving lower. Yeah, short term, you want to see this low here broken for more to the downside. Long term, the target is of course the level down here around the monthly S1, and where we also have the lows of these structure here. If we go to the weekly, you see the last way out to this pair is these lows down here. Yeah, those are the extremes for this pair, and that is like all-time low, I think. So for me, the first level is of course I'm gonna be watching around the S1, and if that got broken, then of course we may see a retest of the all-time low down here. But for next week start, you need to watch the monthly S1, this area down here, because that been acting also at good support in the past. Looking at this move here and this move here, this whole move to the upside started at this level here. Yeah, the gap is closed now, and next week watch this level here to see if it's gonna get broken. For me personally, if the pair comes back up to this structure, I will try to find entries in short for a possible another bounce to the downside. There is also a possibility that you may see a retest of these levels here, and possibly the bounce from here back up. Short term intraday trading, you may or intra-week trading also, you may see the pair bouncing between these levels before the break. So look at those levels for more details entry. Sterling Jappy is now at the this month's monthly pivot. It is also a good structure level that may act as resistant. This up move looks very good and strong and healthy up move. But if we look at the weekly also, we do have a possible reversal signal here on weekly. This is a morning star formation here at a good support level. So the weekly signal is possible reversal. The daily, we did have a good move, and now we may reach possible resistant level at this structure, looking left here and here and back here. This structure has been a good resistant level. We do also have the monthly pivot at that area here, as you see, and we do now have some bearish divergence on the RSI. Looking on the 4 hour, you see that this high and this high are equal, but on the RSI you see that the RSI is much higher. This is a bearish hidden divergence, and between this high and this high, this little double top here, we do have this divergence going on now, this bearish divergence, as you see here. This high and this high are almost equal, but the RSI is making lower highs, which make me start thinking that we may see at least a bounce back down to retest of this neckline before this, if it want to continue higher. Yeah, that's what I see on this pair, but I think long term we may see a break of the monthly pivot and continuation higher. But looking at those divergence on the RSI make me start thinking that we may see another bounce down. So look where the price is right now. If you see a clear signal, especially if you see that this neckline got broken, this neckline here got broken, then there is a possibility that we may retest of this neckline, or even the lows back down here before we get another bounce higher. And of course, if it goes and does like this, break this neckline and this level here, give you a retest, then you can start trading in lower from the upper box level. Yeah, easy and simple plan, don't complicate it. Sterling New Zealand performed very well last week, Wednesday to Friday. Did finally break this trading box here. We had the upper box and the lower box, been trading between them for a while, and now finally, we can say finally, it did break that box and close above these highs. So the level is clear. Yeah, I think you see it. I want to see a correction back down or a retest of this box here, where we also have the monthly pivot point. That would be the area I will start looking for a possible bullish evidence on this one for a another bounce higher. Yeah, these structure here gonna act as resistant, so keep looking at those level. Let me put a line at this area here. I think we gonna meet some troubles at this level here. So if this pair start going higher, keep going higher next week without the correction, if it keep going this, then you may start looking for a possible bounce from this structure here and here. They may act as resistant, and then the bounce to the downside. I would gladly see this going first, that we get the down correction first and start looking for bullish evidence to take it back up. If we go down to the 4 hour, you see those trading range more clearly. Yeah, as you see here, we had this this down range here, and we had this upper range here that we've been trading for a long time now. The bounce was very clear where to trade this pair. So now these boxes are broken, and once again I want to see a bullish evidence at this level to try to long it, or bearish evidence up here if it reach up here first from the monthly R1 to try to short it back down to the monthly pivot point. Long term, I think after this correction down, if we got that correction down, this pair now start to move higher for a longer term, I think. So very interesting structure and clear structure. So this gonna be easy traded, guys. Put your alerts, look for your levels and your entry reasons, and just execute your plan. Yeah, Sterling USD, I think this pair have some more upside, but those of you who follow me for a while, you know, guys, I don't like these moves, these wicks. They're coming from the upside, they're coming from the downside. The structure is not clear, but I think that we may see some continuation higher on this pair, but yeah, I don't favor the wicks. So if you are long in this pair already from this level here, I would recommend you to keep holding your long and look for possible continuation. On the 4 hour, you see the price did reject at the monthly pivot point exactly here. Yeah, these two candles could be position closing on Friday for those swing traders that usually trade and close at the end of the weeks. So these could be just yeah, position closing. And looking at this pair right now on this time frame, we are trading above this structure here. As you see, we did break higher, we make a higher high, and we have higher lows going here. So it gives you that sense that we may see this once again. Yeah, to try to go long, you want to try to go long from this level, or if it make it even deeper to this level here, that would be great for another try. But the first area is, of course, to look at if we get a retest of these lows back down here. That would be a great risk to reward scenario to enter if you're not in this long already from here. Yeah, so we do have a clear range here now. This is the box as we had in the past here, looking at this range. Okay, so you want to trade the edges, and since we think that that this could be bullish, of course you want to try to trade the lower edge in anticipation that we got a break to the upside and continuation for the monthly R1, yeah, where your target should be. As for now, we have this this whole range. You see here, this is the middle of the range and we are in the lower box. So the edges of the extreme range are down here, but if we don't break these lows, then you may try to go long from this level here in anticipation that we may break and continue higher. Okay, as far as we are trading above this structure here, you can keep trying to buy these levels. Wow, the trade of the last 2 weeks. This one I did show you guys for a couple of weeks ago, I think, when the price were at this level, and I did publish that on Telegram and even here on YouTube, and I told you that if we break the structure here, try to hold this trend for a long time, and as you see, it have been performing very, very well. Happy pips for all of you that took this trade. It's right now it's a move about 366 pips, and it looks like it's not done yet. We have this move to the downside, correction higher, and the last couple of days, Thursday and Fridays, was wonderful moves. So we have to go to the weekly to see where this may or may not end, but this is how it looks on the weekly. So now we are getting closer to the target. So if you are holding a short, if or when, mostly if the price reach this structure here, then you may start looking for take profits, especially around the monthly S1, okay, or these lows here. As you see, the extension of this AB move, we have this CD extension, the 200% is down here. We did break the 1.618 extension. That leave us with the 200 extension that ends also at these structure lows here. So if you are holding a short, start looking for take profit around these areas, and possibly that we may now, if we reach this level, we can anticipate a bounce back up, because even on the weekly, the RSI on the extreme now, and this may need some movement back up to the upside after this move, yeah. So targets, if you're holding, is here. If you're not in the trade, it is too late to enter from this level, and you want to see another retest of these structure here, possibly look for bearish evidence. If you got that, then you can enter for another move lower. If the price keep heading down, then you have maybe a little chance on lower time frame to try to find flags or something like that. But as you see, it didn't leave much room for any corrections. Even on the lower time frame, the corrections are very, very shallow and hard to trade, yeah. Here we have another one, yeah. So short term, you have like very few hours to take a decision. Yeah, once again, happy pips if you took it. New Zealand US JAPI, sorry, still in a downtrend, but we are at a structure of importance here, and it looks like this correction up was over. It looks like clear correction, even though we have this pin bar here. What I'm thinking, the traders that went long after this pin bar, that went long at this open of the next candle and went up now, they are trapped, and there is a lot of stop losses below this pin bar. So if this pin bar fails, and the price reach below this pin bar, this gonna give much momentum to this one to keep heading lower for at least the monthly S1, or probably even lower. So, but we are at a looking left here. You see it is a good structure of support. Let me fix this a little bit. So this rejection here may hold. There could be some bullish defense at this level, so be careful. But if you see that if you go down to lower time frame and you see a clear break of this structure here, it is a clear structure down here. If that got broken, there is a very good possibility that this pair gonna keep heading lower, especially on the fire of these stop loss that gonna be below this pin bar. Yeah, so interesting level, and if it's find support really, then you're gonna be looking for this structure or the monthly pivot for a possible bounce back down from this levels, yeah, or a little bit higher. But the trend is still very bearish, and we should be only looking for short opportunity on this one. New Zealand USD been also bearish, but little bit slower than the rest because the USD was not very strong. But as you see, the same structure, the same possible stop loss pocket below this pin bar. We after, let's go to the 4 hour to see it better. It is a clear break of the structure, retest, and possible continuation. A textbook of when I tell you guys wait for a break, retest, continuation. This is how it should look like. So you break this structure, you retest it, you got rejected. What you want to see now is, of course, that the price gonna whoops, where is the arrow? Gonna break these lows. Even better if we break these lows, and continuation. Yeah, aggressive trader, put a limit, sell limit order here, and just pick it up. But if you are more conservative, you want to see the rejection, so you can also go down to the 1 hour, and you see it a little bit clearer here. But as you see, we never close below the low of this pin bar until the last hour of Friday, which is very, very late. Yeah, so when you want to trade a rejection, I want to see the close below the low of the pin bar the next hour or two, maximum 3 candles after the signal. If it is 4 hour or daily or whatever, couple of candles after the signals, I want to see my close below or above, depends on the signal. Yeah, if it like this for many candles, then for me this signal is over. I start looking for a break of structure instead. USD CAD, I am still looking for this to complete. As you see on the weekly, I still think that this A, B, C, D move gonna complete somewhere here between the 127 and the 1.41, somewhere here. This is my longer term view for this pair, and looking at the weekly, it looks like there is a possibility that we get that now. We did break below and close below a weekly structure here, important level. Even though we had a good correction higher, we got Thursday bearish engulfing close here, and Friday was the continuation, and the price did halt at the monthly S1, which used to be a good support level. But we have a close below all the lows here now, which make me even looking even more downside. But it looks the same as the EuroCAD. You see the moves was extended, very strong and long candles, yeah, it is a bit late to short from here. So of course we want to see a retest higher. I think the monthly S1 may act as a good support level and give us this bounce for at least up here, or even better if we reach the monthly pivot point, to try to find bearish evidence from this level for a possible continuation down. That is my view on this pair, and all the evidence says that we may keep heading lower in this continuation of this trend as for now. Okay. USD JP, yep, been stuck down here in this range, and we got some stop loss hunt, whatever you want to call it here, and rejected back up. So this structure here around the 108.50 to 108.80 been acting as good, very, very strong defense at this level, and the bulls been defending this level very, very well, and we've been buying around that area all the time for anticipation that we may see a break of this structure and continuation higher, expecting that this range keep doing the same, ranging down, ranging back up. Yeah, that was the expectation. As for now, actually not much have changed. To be sure, for more up, you want to see this structure broken. So 110.90 area need to be broken for continuation higher, or you're gonna keep trading this box until one side's break. To the downside long term, of course, we want to see a break of this structure here, and that is around the 108.10. That gonna need to be broken and close below. Then we may move lower to at least this structure at first, but to the upside, these are the level that you want to see broken. Yeah, so a little bit tricky now, because we are back up at this structure now, and if you want to trade this as a range, then you do have this last range we had is this one here. It's a clear range here that we've been bouncing up and down, and you can look for this level to see if you find any bearish evidence to try to short it back down, or back down here. Looking at the last moves, looking at this move here, it was a very strong move. Possible correction, rejected at the monthly pivot on the NFP and close above it. Give us possible hope that we may now see a break and a continuation higher. But then we have the monthly R1 that gonna act as support once again, at resistance also. So for this pair and all the things going on with North Korea and stuff like that, you want to be very, very careful and only trade from a very good price levels. Yeah, so you can keep shorting these levels here or buying these levels here until one of them got broken. Yeah, but if you see a break higher, retest, rejection, then you can start buying this for a longer term and looking for a possible continuation up to retest of the extremes highs. Yeah. USD Norwegian krona, another one that I did mention, guys, for a long time now. We did now break this structure here, retested, traded down again, retested, and it looks like we're making another flag. So for those of you who are holding this short, I am holding this one for a longer term and looking for a target back down here. Yeah. On the weekly we still have it still looks very bearish, and there's no reason to close it. My entry was somewhere up here, and I did add a little bit more last week under retest. Yeah. So if you are holding this pair, of course you can keep holding it and just put your stop loss to break even and try to hold this one for a longer term back down here. Yeah. On the daily, to ditch this idea to short this longer term, you want to see the price back above here to continue higher. Yeah. As far as we are below this structure here, below the 8.0, you can keep holding and not worry about it. And back to the Dixie. That was it that I had on my list. As usual, couple of minutes questions or if you have any pairs you want me to look at. Otherwise we can call it a day. So yeah, shoot if you have any questions, guys. And don't forget to hit the like button if you do like these sessions, please. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, do that. And I don't see any questions yet. I know that there is some about 30 seconds lag between me and you, so I will wait a little bit more. No, I don't see any questions or any other pairs you want me to look at. So I thank you very much for being here, guys. And I hope you have a great trading week next week. Trade safe and try to make your plans ready for the week and just follow them. Do not forget to keep an eye on the news, and especially the North Korean situation we have going right now. That gonna be an important headlines trading to look at. So yeah, thank you very much, and see you out there. Bye bye.